Hi everybody, it's Jaffe Jones, Realty ONE Group Skyline in Sarasota, and I'm at this amazing property here in Palmetto, Florida. And as we like to say in the trade, it's location, 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 right on a gorgeous canal. So it is technically a water view. Goes right into the Manatee River, which goes into the Gulf of Mexico in about 5 minutes or so. I'm here with Rich Carroll, who is an amazing inspector from Home Team Inspection Service. I've used him many times, and the deals that have closed, the people have been really pleased with the work he's done and are living happily ever after in their homes. So it's been a joy really to work with him, and my experience as a TV consumer reporter, he really knows what he's talking about and is incredibly thorough. So we're at this house that my company owns. If you are interested in what you see, please be sure to call, text, whatever, drop a message below. And we are, again, in this beautiful location. The landscaping is mature and gorgeous. But Rich, you know, a lot of people are in such a rush to buy a home now because there's so little inventory and they just want to get in the deal quickly, and they're waiving the right to an inspection. Now, I know you have a vested interest, of course, but having been a consumer reporter on television for many years, I know that it's really important to know what you're buying, and sometimes the novice eye doesn't catch things. So what's your feeling about that?
Well, of course, absolutely right. I have a vested interest, right? This is how I make a living. But there's a number of things. Well, when we show up to the home inspection, and when I say we, I'm saying home inspectors in general, your realtor is in love with this deal. Your buyer is in love with this deal. The listing agent is in love with this deal. The seller is in love with this deal. They all have a vested interest. And, you know, it's like when you got married. Everybody's got those googly eyes. We're all happy. You forget that there's other things that you probably should look at. And
you mean it takes work?
It takes work, and every house takes a little bit of work. No house is free from work. Either you or somebody, as you said, with a good checkbook a couple of times, it has to be there to do the work to maintain your house. And it's good to get the inspection. It's probably one of the most expensive expenses you're going to have in your life, in your what you purchase, whether it's an investment or it's actually just your first home. You probably won't spend more money than that very many times. So when you buy it, why not have a list of things that are right, a list of things that are wrong, a list of things that you might want to work on? Here's your priority list. If you have enough money to go in and pay cash and you are incredibly wealthy and you don't care about what the expenses are, wouldn't it be good still to have an idea of how this thing is going to be laid out? Because anybody that has made a fair amount of money wants to know how they've spent it and how the checks and balances are. And that's what a home inspection does for you. They take a look at all the different parts of the house and how they fit together and help you assess whether or not that investment's right. We want to make you confident that you made the right decision.
Have you had any experiences where people haven't done an inspection and they live to?
Yeah, I actually have, because I've had people call and say, well, you know, my last house, they had this problem or they had that problem. Had one where the AC unit goes, well, it looked like it was in pretty good shape and it was only 8 years old or something. And then they had to put in a whole new AC system. And I was just like, well, I just hope you had somebody at least look at it really close to make sure it wasn't a repair and just a replace, because let's face it, and at certain times in Florida, we've had trouble with people that aren't as scrupulous as others, and you know, anybody can be taken. So,
and you get what you pay for, of course.
You do.
And a lot of these places, I mean, the banks won't, especially when they own it, they don't care if you get an inspection or not. It's not going to help them, seal the deal. But at least you have the peace of mind of knowing what's on your priority list of things to fix.
Absolutely, and you have an idea that the decisions you're making are the right ones, and you know where to start. You know, it's like everything else. You need a plan, and that plan can be your home inspection. Start out and help you find what you consider paradise in Florida.
And the real big ticket items, of course, would be like the roof.
The plumbing, the HVAC, things like that, the electrical. Make sure your electrical is fairly modern and up to date. We don't want to see fuses. We don't want to see, there's about half a dozen different types of really bad power panel boxes. Make sure that those are not in your home, because you don't want fires. You want your roof to be in good shape, or you want a plan to take care of the roof that isn't in good shape. You want your plumbing to be in good shape. One of the things like this house, for instance, you know, I would recommend that you scope the sewer lines, make sure we don't have cast iron down there. It's because at 50 years that stuff starts to rust, and you don't want to have to drill a hole underneath your house so that you can fix the plumbing. And it's just little things like that. Your inspector can help you find and look for the idiosyncrasies in Florida that are going to maybe cost you a lot, or maybe it's just inconvenience, you know? I mean, you go into a house, you're buying a house, your first house, and you didn't think about maybe checking that one of the drain lines, or you didn't check maybe the refrigerator and the stove. It takes a while to get a refrigerator and stove right now. They're not on the shelf.
I know. It takes a while to get anything these days. But,
those are things you got to look
check.
for.
Absolutely. All right, Rich, thank you so much. Rich Carroll with Home Team Inspection Service. If you're interested in this place or him, Google us or call me.